Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. So I was not meant to record, vlog, film anything today, but I'm gonna make a nice recipe that I've been wanting to show you guys for a long time, and I don't really have like the time to actually like make a real recipe video, as you guys know I do often. So what I'll do is I'll do a live recipe video today. So I'm gonna be making some chickpea and cauliflower sort of like creamy curry Indian inspired dish that I really love. It's pretty simple. I'm gonna make it as simple as possible today because I am in a hurry. Actually, I have a lot of things to do, but I thought I would do a live recipe with you guys. So let's see what I have here. So this is obviously my stove. You guys know that already. I've got 3 cloves of garlic. I've got half an onion. I'm also going to be using this whole can. It's a little can, 165 ml of coconut milk. I use full fat coconut milk, but feel free to use the one that you like better. I'm going to be using some chickpeas. I'm going to use the whole can. I'm also going to be using some tomato sauce. This is just like plain tomato sauce. And I already have my cauliflower that I steamed for about 20 minutes, so it's nice and soft. I'm just gonna put that at the very end just to get the flavor, and I'm gonna be using a bunch of spices. So let's just start. Alright, so first of all what I'm gonna do is just turn my stove on, and I'm gonna put it on kind of like medium low, something like that. I'm gonna grab some extra virgin olive oil. I'm just gonna put a pinch. I would say that's a little bit less than a tablespoon. And what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna add some cumin seeds. So I'm gonna add the whole, these are whole cumin seeds. I'm gonna try to measure these as much as possible so that you guys can follow the recipe if you want. So let's say I'm gonna do half a tablespoon of cumin seeds because I don't have much. So what I'll do is I'll just put that in the middle along with the oil so that the actual cumin seeds get to actually get all the fragrance out. So I'm gonna let that cook for just a few seconds, about I would say like 10-15 seconds by itself. Just move it around. I've never done this before like this, so I hope you guys are hearing me properly and everything. As I told you, I just literally have no time to like properly set up and like mic or whatever. I just don't have time for that, but I really hope you guys can hear me properly. Okay, so now that the fragrance is already out, what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna add the onion. And I'm just gonna stir in for a few minutes. Now, I really don't like to cook with a lot of oil, not for the flavor. The flavor is awesome with oil, but it is true that when you cook with oil, I think digestion is a little bit worse. So what I'll do from now on is if I need to add oil, I will add some water. So I will have water prepared in this little glass, and I will be adding just little by little. Okay, so I have decided to change the angle because this is a little bit closer to me, so I think you guys will get to like actually hear me better if I stay in this angle. So I'll just keep on moving, stirring around. Now I'm gonna add my garlic. If I had fresh ginger, I would add some right now. Okay, so now that everything is starting to come together, what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna add the rest of my spices. I'm gonna be using half a teaspoon of turmeric powder. It's gonna give it a nice color. I'm going to be adding some garam masala as well, around half a teaspoon as well. I'm just gonna start with half a teaspoon of everything, and then I'll see how it goes. I'm gonna be doing half a teaspoon of ground coriander as well. This is already starting to smell awesome. As you can see, I'm getting a little bit dry on the pan, so I'm gonna be adding a little bit more water. Smells beautiful in here, you guys. So now is the time for smoked paprika. This is my favorite spice, probably, along with cumin. I'm gonna be adding, I would say half a teaspoon as well, and see how I go from there. Paprika itself is great, but smoked paprika is like next level. I am going to be adding some powdered ginger. Ooh, I think we're getting the steam in there. Lower the heat a little bit more, so now it's definitely low heat. Just adding some water whenever it's necessary. The smoked paprika definitely smells a lot right now. It definitely smells like a barbecue Indian right now. Which is weird but delicious. So I'm going to be adding half a teaspoon as well of ginger powder. Now I'm going to add my chickpeas. Now I want to stir this around a little bit so that the chickpeas start to get like all the flavor. I'm going to up the heat again to 3, so that's like a medium for my stove. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to be adding some tomato sauce. I never actually measured these, but I'll do it today just so that you guys can follow the recipe. I think I'm going to do, I'm going to do a whole cup of tomato sauce. I might do more than that. We'll see how it goes. So I'm just gonna stir in. Now, as you guys see, I haven't added any salt yet, and that's because I'm trying to start adding salt at the end of my recipes. I've heard in a lot of places that if you add salt at the beginning of the recipe, the actual taste of the salt will disappear, but obviously the sodium intake will not disappear. So if you add the salt at the beginning, you may need to add salt later on because it doesn't taste that salty anymore, if that makes sense. So I'm gonna add everything. I'm just gonna add my cauliflower as well. My cauliflower has been boiled already. As you can see, it's really nice and soft, so I'm gonna tear it apart a little bit so that I don't have like huge chunks. I don't want to cook this too long because the chickpeas and the cauliflower are already cooked, so I don't want to get everything super mushy. But I am gonna stir everything around and just let it sit for like, I don't know, maybe 5 minutes so that everything gets the flavor. Now, I don't have sriracha at the moment, but if I had, I would add at least 3 tablespoons. I'm just trying to mix it without breaking the cauliflower because the cauliflower is pretty cooked already. So what I'm gonna do now is I'm gonna add the whole can of coconut milk. I'm gonna mix it around pretty well, and then after that I'll give it a taste to add salt and see if I need to correct like any of the other spices. Alright, so that's my coconut milk. I'm just gonna up the heat a little bit to bring everything and make it hot, because obviously the coconut milk was in the fridge and the tomato sauce was on the fridge as well. So I'm just gonna up the heat to 4. Right, so I'm just gonna give it a little taste. Okay, so flavors are amazing. Obviously the cauliflower and the chickpeas are super soft because they're already cooked. I can tell I need some salt, obviously, because we haven't added any yet, and I can tell I need some spice. You guys know I love spicy food, so I'm gonna be adding another half a teaspoon of smoked paprika. And I'm gonna be adding 1 teaspoon of salt and see how I go with that. Okay, you don't need much more heat. I'm actually gonna lower it down to 2. So that's the final result, guys. It definitely tastes amazing. You guys have to check it out. It literally took me about 15 minutes to put together. It is awesome. Obviously I boiled the cauliflower before, but if you're at home, you can just put the cauliflower to boil and then just do whatever else you want to do, and it takes like no time at all. It's so easy. You guys need to try this out. Alright guys, this is the final product. I obviously am gonna have it with some rice. It could also be really nice with some roti or some naan bread that you can find if you like, or even just Lebanese bread or any like tortillas that you find will be really good. Just a little disclaimer, this is obviously definitely not a traditional recipe. I just made this up however I want it. It does taste delicious though, so you need to try it. I dare you. So yeah guys, thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed this video. It's kind of different from what I normally do, but I think it's actually easier for me. If you guys like it, I can just keep on doing something like that. It was really like out of the blue. I just thought, why not just recording it, because it's a very nice recipe. So yeah, I'm just gonna go ahead and have these. I'll have a taste this. I love Indian food. This is so incredibly delicious. So good, guys. You need to try this recipe. I'll link it below to like all the ingredients and everything that I use so that you can actually just screenshot or something. Yeah, I'll see you in my next video. Bye.